Hi everyone. A few years ago I had a lovely patron called Alma on my teaching channel, and she had asked me to make a video about using a random stone and creating a piece. Now then came COVID, and dear Alma died of COVID. So it was truly shocking, and I was absolutely thrown, to be honest. And I decided now, all these years later, to engrave a glass with just one stone. So this is for you, Alma. I've got a white stone that I bought some time ago. I bought it, it's a bit dirty actually. I bought a few, and I thought they were going to be Dura white, and in other words a smoother stone. And I got so excited and I bought a whole lot of these in two sizes, this size and slightly bigger. And then as soon as I got them, they were not as described, and they are quite coarse. So I don't know if you can sort of hear that. I'm running my fingernail across it. So I am going to engrave this random wine glass, and it's not crystal, but I'm not going to be going deep, obviously. It's just going to be probably worked dry. I might throw in some water just to try and get a variety of effect, but otherwise it's just going to be a random dry stonework, holly and berries, because of course, let me get my black cloth, hang on. It is actually that time of year, we are December, so I very randomly sketched some big bold holly leaves and berries around this wine glass. I have absolutely no idea what it'll look like, as usual. And, I don't know. It's I'm imagining it's going to look a little bit kind of lacy, subtle, because the stone is not very coarse, but it is not smooth, so it's not going to be like a Dura white, which is quite dull. And it's certainly not going to be like a diamond, which would be very bright. I'm not going to use any rubbers or anything, so I've got to be working this with that in mind, so leaving clear glass where I want it shaded. I haven't even tested anything. I'm going in blind, but that's how I like it. And I imagine this maybe would suit somebody who has just received a drill, or an old drill. Maybe they've dug it out their garage, and all they've got with it are some stones. And you know, you go online, you go on to YouTube, my channel or whatever other channels out there, and you see everyone using diamonds and rubber and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you that you can create something with just a stone. Burr. I hope. Right, let's get on with it. Right, so as we are working dry, the first thing you need, and the most important thing you need, is a mask. So diving straight in, I'm really testing the waters here. Not sure how I'm going to tackle it, but it's more sketchy than anything else. Just a real lively sketch. If it was a watercolor or something, you'd call it painterly, I think, so that it looks just like a little piece of random art. Very simple circular movements for the berries. And okay, this is just the initial outlines, really, just while I've got the white pencil there. I will show you later on which pencil I've used, just to remind you. And zooming around, it's a little bit strange to be working with such a large shape, but it's okay. It's quite fine for this little sketch. Right, so there is the white China marker that I have used to do the sketch. And what I did actually was clean it really well first with an alcohol so that it draws very easily on the glass. If there's any grease on the glass, then it won't draw. Okay, so I've finished all the outlines, and now I am trying to maybe take a little bit more time, although I have to say I'm not really taking too much time over this. It is, yes, it's definitely not a neat engraving. I'm trying to let my hair down a little bit and just sketch. So one of the things that is quite important with something like this stone is to run the burr slowly. You cannot have that drill running at full speed. It will literally burn the glass and it'll crackle, especially with this kind of glass. It is not lead crystal. It's just a glass. And I suppose I think you would call it crystallite. It's possibly crystallite. It's the Krosno range. And it will crack very easily if you run this too fast. And it's also not a very thick glass. So I'm literally just going over the surface. So if you have a drill that shows you the speed, I was running this at 18,000 RPM. So it's really not a lot when you think that a lot of these little micromotors that many engravers use are sort of 35 to 40 odd thousand RPM. So my drill, it actually goes up to 50,000 RPM, and quite frankly, I don't often use it at that speed unless I'm using a lot of water and a nice sized diamond. Okay, spending a little bit more time on these little berries. As you can see, I've left a little space to show a dark area that you see on the holly berries. And of course, as you can see on the leaves, a lot of dark area, clear glass area, so that there's a lot of contrast. I would suggest you take a little bit more time over maybe drawing it and then the engraving. I did it very quickly, and some of my leaves are a bit bigger than the others. But it is purely for demonstrating to you that you can create an interesting engraving just with one simple burr, and in this case a stone burr. Now, I thought I would show you what would happen if I ran it really, really fast and made a crack, a sort of a semi-crack. It's hard to describe it. The light will pick it up and you can see it. But I picked up a Dartington glass. And would you believe, just because it's a jolly good quality, I couldn't make it crack. And I had this running really fast. But I will show you later. There was a little kind of it's not a crack all the way through. It is just a sort of a semi-crack. And I will show you that later on this glass and how I very easily sorted it out, because it didn't go all the way through. This glass, as I say, because of the quality of it, can crack very easy. But don't be afraid. You haven't spent an absolute fortune on the glass. These are really, really cheap. there was a little bit of a chippy bit there, but I do show you a more pronounced one later on. You will notice that I am making some quite thick, clumpy outlines for the holly, and that's just because of the style of work that I'm doing here. I wouldn't normally, and I think possibly in my next video I will create a holly and its berries, holly leaves and berries, in a far more realistic fashion, and then you can compare the two. Of course, turning the glass always helps, as I've always mentioned in my videos, when you are creating lovely little strokes like this, up and down and up and down, and sort of flicking them. And it's easier if you turn the glass so that you're either pulling it towards you or flicking it away from you. Trying to go side to side is a little bit awkward. I really wasn't sure at this stage how I was going to finish this glass, whether I was going to try and make it look super duper neat. But I kept thinking, no, Les, just let your hair down, just let it be loose for a change, because, you know, not all engraving styles are like a neat little baby's bottom. It's, you know, smooth and perfect. So it's nice to do a more sketchy style, which I've got to say, I did this so quickly. I thought, well, how can I make a video of it? There are other ways of doing half tones with something like this burr, and that is a sort of a cross hatch or a kind of a dotty stipple effect. You can do anything like that. Whereas I've just stuck to this flicking motion. And just simply leaving spaces for what would be veins. I sort of feel my nerves are quite rattled after engraving this today, and I really do need to do a beautiful version of it using all my burrs and making it far more realistic. I think that'll be jolly good fun. Well, it's looking interesting. It's not looking so bad, actually. I was really worried at one point that it would look like something a kindergarten child had drawn. Well, it still does, but it doesn't matter, does it? It's just doodling with a stone. Right, here you go. Here is my little half crack, if you like. It just picks up the light, and I believe if you were to leave it or upset it much more, it would go through the glass. So I just eliminated it by simply going over it carefully again. There are the sort of areas that are a bit more scratchy, but they're not cracks. You'll soon understand and recognize something that needs to be sorted out. So there you go, engraved in record time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Until the next one, bye for now.